Hi everybody, my name is Casabuena-Harrison. I am one of the math teachers here in Casa Grande Union, and I am here to explain how the grades are computed, semester grades are computed for math, especially for Algebra 1. So first thing, you have to understand that the semester grade is broken up into two. 80% of the grade is coming from summative assessments, and those are your tests and quizzes. So 50% comes from the test, 30% of the grade comes from the quizzes. The remaining 20 comes from the formative assessments. So these are the classwork, the homework, notebook checks, those things. Okay. So visually, this is the semester grade. As you can see, half of the semester grade is coming from the test. This is the portion from the homework, and this is your quizzes. Now, mathematically, how are the semester grades computed? So first thing, we get the average of all the scores for each category. So every time we record homeworks, quizzes, and tests, PowerSchool already gets the average of all those scores by category. Now, each of those category gets multiplied to their corresponding weight or the percent. So for example, if you want to know how much of the grade is taken from the test, it is always multiplied by 50%. The test score average is always multiplied by 50% or 0.5. All the quizzes, if you get the average of that, you multiply that by 0.3 or 30%. Same scenario with homeworks. All the homework average, multiply that by 20% or 0.20. So here on this part of the Excel file, I'm going to show you how the grades are computed and why is it that even after turning in so many missing homeworks, the grades are not changing. Okay, so let's say let's have one test for one of each category. Okay, so let's say we have a test score of 35. Let's say the quiz is a 44, and let's say the first homework is a 100. Okay, now as you can see, the average is whatever was the grade here, and you can see that out of here at the bottom, out of the 50 coming from the test, 30 from the quiz, 20 from the homework, these are the percentages. So you can see that the semester grade has a total of 51%. Okay, so most likely than not, there will be more homeworks for the class. So let's say the student gets 100, let's say 2 missing homeworks, and then an 85. So as you can see, the grade went lower. Okay, why? Because this time the average of the homework got affected by these zeros, which brought down to 57. So out of 20 earlier, it now went down to 11.4%. Okay, so what happened? So let's say this kid wants to improve his score, okay, and realized, oh, I need to make up this missing assignments. So from a 42%, this kid turned in the homework, and as you know, when you have late homeworks, you get some penalty. So let's say the highest score for a late homework is 85%. So let's change this to 85, and this is 85. So as you can see, there was a very little change in the grade. Okay, why? Because only the homework grade was updating. So out of 20, it now increased to 18.2. As long as you do not retake your test or quiz, no matter how many homeworks you turn in, even if you get 100s here all the time, okay, your grade will not change that much. And you can see I have done already like 5 more homeworks, and from a 48 it was still at a 50. Okay, and I can show you that again. Okay, so let's have that. So as you can see, even if this kid gets 100 on all the homeworks, okay, it stays at 50, 51% probably. There's very little change in the grades. Okay, so this is the usual question. I already turned in all the work, all the homeworks. Why is my grade not moving or changing? And as you can see here, only the homework grade, only the portion of the homework grade was changing. All right, nothing was done. There was no change with the test score, there was no change on the quiz score. That is why you cannot see substantial grade change on the semester grade. And this is why we teachers always push for retaking quizzes or tests. All right? So let's go back to this and let's say, okay, let's have all of these. Let me remove this again. So let's say we had a 0, and the 85. This was the original. So as you can see, the original semester grade was a 42%. Okay. Now, what if the kid retook the quiz? Okay. How much percent will this change? So let's say the student retook the quiz and got a 60. From a 44%, it changed to a 60%. You can see that from 42, it already jumped by 5%. And that is just one retake. If you would remember earlier, I already had added like 5 more homeworks and the percentage was not even moving. And you can see here that the quiz, just one retake, it already gave you a 5% increase. Now remember, the original score was 44. What if the kid really studied hard and got double of the original score, which is 88? From a 42%, look at that, changed to a 55%, which was a 13% increase. And how much work did he do? Just one thing, just retook the quiz. All right? So I will go back and put this back. I will go back to the original score. And I would like you to see what is the effect of the chapter test. Why do teachers always tell students, retake the test, retake the test? Okay, so 35 is a fail. Okay, and that's a 42% from the semester. Let's say that the student got a 50%. 50 is still an F, right? But from a 35 going to 50, you can see from a 42%, it already shoot up to an 8% with a 50% here. Again, 50 is still a failed test result. But because it is substantial from the original 35, okay, I'm sorry, I got that wrong here. Okay, so because the original score was 35, you had an increase of 15 from the original score to the new score. There is substantial increase as well on the semester grade. Okay, so imagine 35% originally. What if the student after the retake already passed it? So let's have it as 60 from a 42%. That's already a 55, so a 13% jump. And that is just by passing the test. So again, what if it was from a 35? What if the kid doubles the original score? So from a 35, what's 2 times of it? It's a 70. And take a look, from a 42, this kid already has a passing semester grade of 60. Okay? So what am I trying to say here? I'm not saying that doing the homework is not good. Like I said, even if you turn in the homeworks, it's not going to affect your grade that much. But the moment, so going back here, but the moment, even if you add more 100s here, see, nothing is changing down here on the semester grade. No matter how many 100s you have here, if you do not fix your quiz score or your test score and get better scores than the original, your semester grade will slowly just move. Okay, so I hope this video would enlighten both parents and students as to why it is important to retake tests and quizzes. Thank you very much.